We are coming down the stretch in our in-depth focus series, Tragedies at the Track. You've seen the investigations on the 12 horse deaths at Churchill Downs, as well as stories about what's being done to improve safety. Tonight, Focus investigator John Charlton explains how horse racing plans to move on from here.
Spring meet at Churchill Downs was an experience.
Okay, loading now.
No one really saw coming, at least not here. Not even those who've been in horse racing their whole careers.
Multiple fatalities in a relatively short period of time with no apparent triggering event. And it's a tremendous puzzle that you have to solve.
A puzzle with perhaps many pieces. A cluster of 12 horse deaths at the track, moving racing away from Churchill to Ellis Park.
With this top cushion layer, when the hoof comes down,
the layers of the track, tested and then retested, pounding the dirt like a galloping thoroughbred, and also circling the full mile. Several times towing a ground-penetrating radar. Track Surfaces engineers concluded nothing really wrong with the track.
it's part of the puzzle.
But data collected, including real-time weather conditions, Dr. Mick Peterson hopes, can be used as a piece of the puzzle to make track surfaces uniform throughout the country.
There should be a surface that provides the same support for the hoof and the same ability for the horse to propel themselves forward and the same loads on the legs so that the horse can shift from one surface to another and have the same experience.
The experience is now the same with drug testing the horses.
I think it comes down, to what's in our name. It's about the welfare of the horses and in the integrity of the industry.
HIWU, the Horse Racing Integrity and Welfare Unit, is now in charge of anti-doping. The agency performs the blood, urine, and hair tests, and it decides what horse medications are banned and what are controlled. It's the same for every track in every state.
Medication control and anti-doping, critical to welfare and critical to safety of the horse and whoever's on their back and whoever's behind them on the racetrack.
Safety is horse racing's ongoing puzzle. Preventing injury is a big piece of it.
You can go ahead, Jerry.
Seeing the problem before it becomes a very big problem.
I'm gonna put this one back just a little more so he doesn't try to pop it too much.
Churchill has a new pet.
Right about there. There we go.
A pet machine.
PET, which stands for positron emission tomography.
Providing deep imagery of highly active cells, potentially predicting a catastrophic leg injury.
For the first time ever, we're able to identify that lesion before it becomes a fracture line. This is, I think, a really big game changer to help with that puzzle.
And Shay, that PET machine is an investment by Churchill Downs of upwards of $1 million. And this, of course, is the future of diagnostics when it comes to looking at horses and trying to prevent injuries down the road.
Okay, so we know tomorrow racing starts again, but at Ellis Park. Do you have any idea what kind of preparations they're doing on that track?
Well, I know earlier this week they did test the track like they did before at Churchill Downs with those machines that were going around the tracks and stomping on the dirt to make sure it was all okay. And from what I've heard, it checks out.
Passing at least that initial track check. Okay, well, there's a lot to follow here, John. I know you'll stay on it.
Will do.